on the upper level flow pattern of the United States. Then we're going to go over water vapor. We're going to look at the water vapor upper level flow pattern, of course, like we're doing now. Then we're going to look at the heat risks in the United States, continental U.S. for this week. The flooding risk in the upcoming days, severe weather chances, and we're going to spend a little bit more time on the tropics because I think it's really important to keep an eye on this potential system that might develop in this area here in the next few days. That being said, what we have is upper level low pressure in the western Gulf of Mexico with tropical low pressure with looks like some vort max right along the southeast coast with another upper level vort max or moving westward towards the east coast. We have kind of a pinched off high pressure system in the middle of all this over the southeast. Another one over the middle of the country up into the upper Midwest with a long stretch of moisture going all the way up into Canada. You can see it really well in the mid levels. See that spin way up there, tapping all the way into moisture all the way up in the Gulf, all the way into Canada. It's crazy. If you look at the long wave infrared, this kind of shows the convection that's associated with these different features. This one's short wave. Moving through the lower Mississippi Valley this morning with attendant convection and higher colder cloud tops. Another one in the, looks like a little perturbation in the flow. Moving back into Texas today, which is enhancing rainfall again this morning. See it blowing up right there. We have, of course, this feature off the coast here, which is got in the short term is not conducive for development. It's close to this upper level feature. I'm kind of wondering if let's go back. If that may end up combining forces here with this energy to produce a vertically coherent system somewhere over here in the Gulf in the coming days. At the very least, it's going to bring a lot of heavy rainfall to the Gulf Coast. Current radar. This is the composite radar. Shows all that, bears it out pretty well. You got flood watches down here in San Antonio again, out near Killeen, the Mississippi Valley, up in the Ohio Valley, and more storms along the Gulf Coast here, like we saw in infrared, and leftover convection and some storms from last night's um, convection that started over the hills and mountains of the Arizona, New Mexico, and Colorado, and kind of moved south into the lower elevations. So that's it for the current weather. Next, we're going to talk about um, the heat risk for this week. As far as current weather goes today, I got this surface map pulled up with showing the temperatures and where the fronts are on the map, and troughs of low pressure you can see down along the Gulf Coast in the 70s. Um, all and you could kind of visualize that um, front that where the moisture is riding on all the way up into Canada, and another one up here in the northern tier of the U.S., upper Midwest, and some troughs all over the place. But you can see the temperatures on the east side of the front are quite warm. Although right on the coast, looks like they have an easterly flow here. Um, Cooling it off some, which is nice. Kind of interesting. Some of these temps seem Chicago doesn't seem like it's the same as the rest, but um, of course, in the desert Southwest, it's still in the 90s. It's crazy, and up even in the Dalles, 81. That's in along the Hood River Basin there, the Cascade River. But you can see for most of the nation, we're in the 60s, 70s, although along the front range of the Rockies in the 60s, low 60s. But enjoy the nation, and it's pretty warm this morning. So just wanted to show you that, just to give you an overview of what the current weather looks like right now. As far as the heat risk for this week, I want to pull out this map again. This shows where the biggest impacts would be during the week. Starting today, we have squarely in the southeast all the way up to the northeast, all the way up into Maine. But the biggest threat is in the southeast today with heat indexes over 100 degrees. Same up here in Nevada, Utah, New Mexico, um, even up in the upper Midwest. Moving to Tuesday, it cools off in the upper Midwest. Still hot in the northeast and southeast, and cooling off some in the desert southwest. Really expanding the heat risk in the south, the good part of the south, into the northeast. And Thursday, it's just to the northeast more likely because of increased precip chances. Along the Gulf Coast, increased cloudiness. Since all along the East Coast, we're still at a major heat impacts along the East Coast of the U.S. And again, it's just down to the southeast. The majority of the northeast is cleared. Looks like maybe a backdoor cold front or something coming through there. So the southeast in general and the south is going to remain hot for the foreseeable future. We'll look at the daily maximum temps real quick. You can see we go through this here where the highest temps are going to be. Through the week. I mean, it's not going to get, it's not going to cool off appreciably, really. Maybe slightly in the southeast, but majority of the southern tier of the U.S. is going to be hot, as I said in the heat risk map. So stay hydrated. If you have to work outdoors, take a lot of breaks. Wear sunscreen, wear a hat, wear UV protective clothing, and just try to stay out of the heat if you can. Alright, so as severe weather goes, there's a lot of marginal risks on the map for today. Most of these threats surrounded by, excuse me, are due to the transfer high winds. Um, Nothing hatched or anything like that. With, of course, in the upper Midwest, the hail threat's higher. This is 5% for those areas. No tornado risk today, less than 2%. Oh, sorry. Day 2, which is tomorrow, we have a slight risk in the upper Midwest, high plains, South Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, and Wisconsin, and a marginal risk, likely due to, well, we have a 2% tornado risk there. High winds, the biggest threat, slight risk area, and hail as well, 2%, 5%. You go to categorical, which will bring us to day 3. Um, Marginal risk in the squarely in the middle of the United States. And I won't be surprised if we do get a tropical system developing. We might not have, in the coming days, a higher risk along the Gulf Coast. So next we're going to talk about the tropics and go into a little more detail about that.